I commissioned Patrick to do this artwork for me 6 years ago and it still speaks to me today. This is the story of my artwork, Home. I've always liked Patrick's art pieces, but commissioning for a one-of-a-kind was the first for me. To be very honest with you, I was really nervous at first because it's meant to be a centerpiece for the new home, right where the grand piano is, right where the staircase was. So there was an element of having to trust him wholeheartedly. I remember very clearly the evening that we met Patrick and Lily at their studio, and Lily asked us to open up the Bible and read out loud the chapter that Patrick had chosen for this art piece. The moment I read it, I couldn't help but tear uncontrollably. I had to stop myself for a little while because I knew that God spoke at that very moment. It was Psalms 84. Even the sparrow has found a home and the swallow a nest for herself where she may have a young, a place near your altar. I teared uncontrollably because at that very moment I knew that God spoke. And when they showed me the visual rendering, it was so beautiful on so many elements and levels.
When Geraldine first approached me to do this commission art, she shared with me about how she wanted this house to be dedicated to God. I took some time to pray about it, and while I was praying, I had this image of a bird's nest and some eggs, representing the safety of a home for the eggs to hatch. This led me to Psalms 84 verse 3-4, where the psalmist likened the nest of a bird to the house of God. I also painted the nest to have sharp edges and thorns to represent the crown of thorns, symbolizing that the home is built on the finished work of Christ.
Well, when the art arrived and was hung on the wall, I was amazed by how beautiful it looked. The whole place was transformed into a beautiful art gallery. It was so classy in so many ways. It felt like a museum, like an art gallery. It brought so much grandeur and colour to the place. I think what was really amazing is also because I have a feature tree in this house. Actually, this house was built around a feature tree, but the branches on the artwork, felt like an extension of the tree outside. So there was an integration or seamless extension between the inside and the outside of the house. So everything blended so nicely. I cannot help but say that it must have been the Holy Spirit that led Patrick to do this, because then it just flowed so nicely. For the past 3 years, I've been eyeing a particular commercial property and nothing was up for sale. Finally, there was something that was up for sale and a potential seller. But however, after negotiations for 6 months, it just felt as though it was not going to happen. Challenge after challenge, I felt deeply discouraged, but God kept telling me to keep on holding on to His promises. Around this time, the trunk in my tree started to rot and I was advised to remove the tree for safety reasons. However, when the professional gardener came, he looked up the tree and said to me, "Hey, there's a nest up there with 2 eggs, you cannot 杀生，不可以杀生，不可以杀生。要等到那个树, right? You have to wait for the nest and the eggs to hatch ready, then we can remove the tree." I mean, I was quite amazed because in the 5 years that we stayed here, there was never a bird's nest. And then at the moment when I saw the bird's nest and 2 large eggs inside, then it reminded me so much of this art piece that Patrick drew for us. In a way, I felt in my spirit that God was telling me to hang on to His promises. His promises are going to hatch, they're going to materialize, but I just have to wait. So I took it as a prompting to wait for the eggs to hatch. So every single day I would take my camera and zoom in and look at the eggs to see when they're going to hatch. And then when they hatched, I felt the prompting in my spirit, okay, go and speak to the seller again. So the moment my husband and I went to the lift lobby of the seller's building, when the lift door shut, then I realized the inside of the lift lobby door showed 5 birds flying out from a branch that looked exactly like the one over here. And I felt a confirmation. God said, don't be scared, go boldly for it. I'm here with you. I'm going to help you to close this transaction. And indeed, the property was closed that very same day. I believe it's very important to be intentional about the art pieces that we have in our homes or even in offices. Art shapes the atmosphere of a space and it actually transforms the whole environment and also represents the values that we have for ourselves or for our company or for our home. What I really like about Patrick's work is that it's not just beautiful and timeless and classic, but also that it carries spiritual truths. I truly believe that God is the centerpiece of my life, and I want to see, God's promises for me on a daily basis. So when I go to the office or when I come home, I can see these art pieces and they just have a symbolic representation for me. So this is something that I've been very intentional about, and I'm so thankful that I found Patrick, who's been able to deliver such wonderful pieces for us.